I think a lot of times I'm not confident in my knowledge of how money works and how it's supposed to be used through my working years into retirement.
If you've saved a significant amount, maybe in the high six figures into the seven figures for retirement, and you're still wondering, are we going to be okay? Be sure you pay close attention because I'm sitting down with Chadd Hoeft, the co-founder and CEO and a financial advisor with Asset Strategies in Nebraska, serving over 2,000 clients in Nebraska and beyond. And Chadd is going to share how we work with families, with clients in answering that question, are we going to be okay? Chadd, I'm so happy to have you. Welcome.
Thanks, Roy. Good to be here with you.
Excellent. So you were telling me that you get clients and sometimes new clients coming all the time who have maybe seven figures in savings and they're moving into that retirement transition and they're feeling like, are we going to be okay in retirement? So, Chad, let's start here. Why do you think this is such a big question that people still have, even when they've been good savers throughout their life?
I think it's a great question. I think a lot of people aren't educated in how money works. And in their 20s and 30s, they get out of college, they start their careers, they're maybe putting some money in a 401k. They probably haven't been educated too much on what that even is before they get out of college. It's kind of a taboo topic for some reason in families to talk about money, or certainly in the social aspect of going out to dinner, you're not talking about that stuff. So I think a lot of times it's I'm not confident in my knowledge of how money works and how it's supposed to be used through my working years into retirement. And then they get to that retirement age, or they're getting 5 to 10 years out from that, and they're like, well, I've been doing this thing, matching my 401k, maybe I have some savings, but I don't know if that's gonna be enough money for me. So I think the biggest thing on the question of, am I gonna be okay, is confidence in yourself. If you have a game plan put together, to sit with a person like us here, they can be the sounding board for you to say, yes, this is from A to Z and backwards, how the plan needs to be put together, and education. So education and confidence, and the lack of those things are probably two big key components in why a person says, probably, of why they question, am I going to be okay?
Okay, so if someone comes in and they're sitting down with an advisor at Asset Strategies, what's that process going to look like in terms of helping someone answer that question and feel confident? Are we going to be okay?
Yeah, the first time they sit down with us, Justin and I created this company, and we said we want to help anybody that needs help and wants to be educated and guided along the path to success. So any of the advisors here at our office will sit down and just have a good conversation with the individual or the couple that comes in, get to know who they are. We want you to ask any question who we are, so you feel comfortable. The most important thing we believe when you pick a person or find a financial advisor, wealth planner, is trust. It's a pretty emotional topic, beyond your faith in God and Jesus. And number two is your family. Somewhere three, four, or five, your money's going to be somewhere on that list, not as an idol, but as a tool. And so it's an emotional thing. You work hard for it, you support your family with it. And so we just want to get to know who you are and then get to know who we are. And then from there, we'll start just asking questions. We'll dive in to a lot of questions, a lot of personal questions about, your finances, what you like to do, what your goals are. And then we just kind of take it from there. We started digging into actual game planning with the client, educate them on why we're doing what we're doing. Lay version, they're hiring us to be the expert, but we want the people across the table from us to understand what's going on with their money.
Excellent. And I know Asset Strategies offers a free welcome call and then a visit with a financial advisor. So if somebody's interested in having that conversation just in a relaxed, no obligation context, it's all available to you. And we'll include information with this video on how to do that. Chadd, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.